It takes thousands of touches and many different heat levels in order to make Bangjja brassware. It can be said that it is the work of a true craftsman and is part of the 1,000-year-old tradition of Korean brassware making. Here we can find alloy technology that even today baffles experts.
이 합금 비율은 세계적으로 우리나라만 가지고 있는 대표적인 그 유기 합금 비율이라고 볼 수 있습니다.
What makes Bangjja brassware special is its positive effects to the health. That is why they call the brassware life bowls. But what makes them so special? When we want to get healthy, we first try to find healthy foods. These days, everybody tries to question the food they are eating. This tends to happen when interest toward health is higher. But bowls are prone to be overlooked. The only importance they seem to have is in their basic function of storing food and in helping to make the food look more tasty. But shouldn't we start to consider health a factor when choosing which bowls to buy? This is especially true, for it is the bowls that store the food that we eat every day. That is why we have to pay attention to brass bowls. Brass bowls are made by mixing tin and copper together. It is presumed that Koreans first began to use the brass bowls starting from the Bronze Age, which started from 10 BC. Brassware and pottery then began to be the most widely used bowls in Korea. There are 3 ways to make them. One way is to pour melted brass into a frame, and another is to make it by pounding on the brass. Lastly, it could be made by using these 2 methods together. Brassware first started to be made in the Arabian Peninsula. This technique passed through India, China, and then finally to the Korean Peninsula. Korea first started to make bowls that are unique only to Korea using their own techniques at the beginning of 1 BC. In the past, Koreans used to take special care of their brassware, for it was easy to get stained and rusty if not properly taken care of. They were not only used for tableware, but also for sacrificial purposes, which required bowls of Bangjja. After the 80s, when stainless and plastic bowls were manufactured, brassware began to be used only on special occasions. Those brassware are now being newly appreciated. After being reported that they are free of toxic substances, the brassware are now hailed as being healthy. Especially, the bowls that are made through pounding are considered to be of the highest quality. The Bangjja Brassware Village is located in Gyeongsangbuk-do, Mungyang. Here, we will be able to meet a man who has for the past 50 years spent his life making brass bowls.
선생님 안녕하세요.
잘 왔어요. 예.
네, 제가 방짜위기에 대해서 알아보고 싶어서 왔는데요. 방짜위기가 뭐예요?
석이라고 그래요.
그쵸.
우리나라 생산 안 되는 거예요. 그거를 22% 하고 또 동 알죠? 구리.
네.
그거 78%.
네.
정확하게 그걸 이제 합금 이제 해가지고 동 안에다 이제 녹이게 되면은 덩어리가 되잖아요. 그걸 합금이라고 그러고. 그다음에 그걸 불에다가 달궈가지고.
네.
메일로 이제 두들러서 이제 자꾸 늘러가지고 그릇을 맨 것이 방짜 그릇이에요. 예. 석하고 동하고 섞는데 대관령에서는 절대 안 돼. 이거는 아주 철저하게 저울에.
Exactly 78% tin and 10% copper are needed to make Bangjja brassware. But it is not possible to make a bowl with over 10% tartar because it might break.
3점은 조금 넘죠?
Experience is needed in making a bowl that doesn't fade or crack.
이거 지금 온도가 온도가 어떻게 돼요?
요게 이제 단 녹으면 1200도 돼요. 지금은 1200도 안 되지만은 단 녹으면 1200도 되는데
Brassware is made by being pounded over and over again. Several stages are needed in order to finish a brass bowl. First, tin and copper are melted down and poured into a frame. Now work will be done using the alloy ratio that are hard to
이제
produce.
성공했어요.
Heat will be in place and constant pounding will be done. It will be hard to make the shape of the bowl if the temperature drops. Pound after pound, we can see a bowl beginning to take shape. The process of putting the brass lump into the fire and pounding goes on hundreds and even thousands of times. As the shape of the bowl begins to take form, cut off the parts that are not needed. When trimming the bowl like this, the poundings continue, and there are reasons for this.
계속 망치질을 하는데 이번에는 망치질에서 뭐가 좋아요?
방짜라는 것은 밀로 이게 자꾸 때려들 때 조직이 단단해야 돼요. 그래야 오랫동안 이 방짜의 그 가치를 더 나타낼 수 있거든.
It is because tartar and brass mix more easily as they are pounded and start to achieve the alloy ratio that is required. If you chip the outside of the bowl, you can see the typical golden hue.
Wow, this is beautiful Punjab brass work that I've worked on today. Actually, it feels like I have achieved a lot because this looks really beautiful and I feel really proud of myself.
Environmental pollution is threatening human life everywhere. The pollution of the water and atmosphere are affecting the foods we eat, and bacteria, which are the result of pollution, are increasing by the minute. In times like this, Bangjja Brassware protects our table from the environment. The characteristics of Bangjja Brassware 1. Sterilization of harmful bacteria. A university test lab. Here, people are testing the sterilization of food poisoning bacteria by the brassware. The lethal food poison-causing bacteria O157 was cultivated and put into water that are both in the Bangjja brass bowl and a stainless bowl. We observed what changes occurred after one day. The water of the Bangjja brass bowl looks a little bit cleaner compared to the water of the stainless bowl. We then used a microscope to look into the water of both bowls to see the changes of the O157 bacteria. The water of the stainless bowl contained bacteria that was still alive. But surprisingly, the water of the Bangjja brass bowl contained no bacteria. The number of bacteria was not decreased, but in fact eradicated. What happened overnight to the water of the Bangjja brass bowl? The O157 bacteria, which resides in animal protein, has a lot of negative elements. On the other hand, copper has positive elements. If negative elements such as O157 are put in, more chemical copper elements come out. The bacteria are then killed when the plus and minus elements are combined together. This is how the O157 bacteria are wiped out of the brass bowls.
여기서 살균력을 가진 건 주석이 아니라 구리가 살균력을 갖습니다. 근데 우리 일반 시청자분들은 구리 그러면 오염된 중금속이로서 구리는 나쁘다 그렇게 생각하시는데, 그렇다면 이제 방짜유기도 구리가 들어가 있으니까 나쁠 거라고 생각하는데, 같은 구리라도 그것이 어디서부터 출발을 했냐, 그걸 우리가 오리진이라는 표현을 쓰는데, 공업적으로 오염된 거는 그거는 물론 독성 물질입니다. 그러나 식품 자체에 들어가 있다든지 방짜유기에 들어가 있는 구리는 오히려 독성 물질이 아니라 우리 인체 미량원소로 무기질로서 구리가 필요하거든요. 그런 구리이기 때문에 인체 해가 되는 게 아니라 오히려 영양 물질이 된다는 얘기입니다.
The characteristics of Bangjja Brassware 2. Constantly retaining temperature. Bibimbap is the Korean traditional food made with various kinds of vegetables, meat, and eggs. It is loved worldwide for its taste and nutrition. What are the secrets to its taste? Plenty of vegetables and traditional Korean sauce are used to mix the rice together. The Bangjja brassware also plays a part in the taste of bibimbap. Rice is best served at the temperature of 65 degrees. It is also the same for fried vegetables. At the temperature of 65 degrees, the smell of sesame sauce, which adds the sweet flavor to the bibimbap, is at its thickest. Bangjja brassware maintains the temperature of the bibimbap.
유기 그릇에 비빔밥을 담았을 때 60도에서 65도씨가 가장 맛있는 온도를 유지하기 때문에요. 그래서 유기 그릇을 사용하고 거기다가 비빔밥을 담아내고 있습니다.
We decided to experiment and to find out how much temperature the bowl maintains. Water which was 75 degrees was poured into a Bangjja brass bowl, a stainless bowl, and into a porcelain bowl. What will the temperature be like of the three different bowls after 15 minutes? The water that was in the Bangjja brass bowl was the highest at 47 degrees, while the water in the stainless bowl cooled down the fastest. There was a 7 to 8 degree temperature difference between the three bowls. We now know the Bangjja bowls perform the best in keeping water temperature. Bangjja brassware helps maintain the heat for the rice to make it more tasty. These kinds of benefits were known by Korean ancestors, and they used Bangjja brassware not only to eat hot foods, but also cold foods. The characteristics of Bangjja brassware 3: detection of mineral properties. For another test, we decided to go to a different lab to find out if drinking water from Bangjja bowls are indeed good for the health. We decided to pour distilled water into a Bangjja brass bowl, a stainless bowl, and a porcelain bowl, and to observe any changes. Distilled water was used because drinking water and tap water contain elements that can affect the experiment. After 24 hours, we poured the water from the three bowls into test tubes to find out the various discharges. We couldn't find any changes with the water from the other bowls, but we did find something special happening to the water from the Bangjja brass bowl. Small amounts of iron and copper were detected. There are a few nutritions that are needed for people to live. Water, protein, fat, carbohydrate, and minerals are essential for our bodies and are called the 5 important nutrients. Among the 5 elements we should concentrate on are the minerals. They are also called mineral matter, and they participate in a number of bodily functions. It is very important to take in minerals because the body does not produce them. These very minerals appear in the water that are stored in Bangjja brassware.
우리 몸을 건축물이라고 생각하고 나무로 진 집이라고 생각하면 나무로 집을 짓는 데는 반드시 못이 필요하죠. 이 못과 같이 조직과 조직을 연결시켜 주는 데 필요한 것이 중금속입니다. 근데 그 못도 녹슨못은 안 되겠죠. 새못이라야 좋겠죠. 그러니까 녹슨못은 오염돼 들어온 중금속이고 깨끗한 못은 식품이나 식기에서 나온 중금속이니까 그거는 좀 구별하셔야 되고 꼭 필요한 물질입니다.
Bangjja brassware is known for its dim, gold-colored beauty. It not only functions as a bowl, but also makes the food more tasty, and also positively affects the health. It truly can be called a magical bowl. After being continuously pounded, the metal lump becomes a stronger material. The most important thing in alloying is to mix two elements into a perfect combination. Bangjja Brassware achieves this perfect combination after continuous poundings. The quality of the Bangjja Brassware is decided by the pureness of tin and copper. From time to time, gold or silver are added to other brassware, but for Bangjja Brassware, this is not acceptable. We cannot exclude the Romans when talking about peoples who used brassware. In ancient Rome, people used to enjoy drinking wine out of bronze cups. It was believed that this could change the taste of wine. But in fact, there is a report that it actually reduced the lifespan of the Roman peoples. The brassware of the ancient Romans contained wax that was addictive. Compared to this, we can see how clean the Korean Bangjja brassware is. There are an increasing number of restaurants that are now using Bangjja brassware. A lot of the customers like the bowls for their dim gold color and also for their modern stylishness. But a lot of the customers really like the bowls for their germ-killing abilities and their role in producing helpful elements.
요즘엔 다른 식당은 다 사기그릇을 사용하고 있잖아요. 근데 녹그릇은 예전부터 건강에 굉장히 좋다고 그래가지고 어른들이 좋아하셨던 그런 그릇이잖아요. 그래서
만약에 이거 밥을 해도 이게 오래 식질 않고 한참 이게 그 지속돼 있고요, 그 열이.
The restaurants that serve their food using Bangjja brassware are proud that they serve only the healthiest of foods. They have to maintain the bowl and use only good materials because of their sensitivity towards toxins. The restaurants can be trusted by the customers just because they use Bangjja bowls.
다른 어떤 뭐 사제품인 그릇들은 뭐가 트려가 많이 묻었다든가 세제가 이러면은 모르잖아요, 육안으로. 근데 이거는 변해요. 이렇게 보라색으로 변해요. 이상하게 가상세가 깨끗이 안 닦아졌을 경우에. 그러니까 눈으로 봤을 때 청결함을 얼른 알 수가 있어요.
In reality, Bangjja brasswares show reactions toward agricultural chemicals. We decided to put sesame leaves that were grown using chemicals and those which were not into the Bangjja brassware. After some time, the bowl with the chemically grown sesame leaves began to show stains.
이 찌꺼기가 좀 묻어 있는 건 이렇게 얼룩얼룩하게 변하죠. 그릇이 이런 것들 또 이런 것들 이게 검게 변하죠. 응? 이제 잘 닦아진 그릇이고, 여기 잘 안 닦아진 그릇이고. 이런 사기 그릇은 이물질이 있는지 없는지 우리가 눈으로 볼 때 잘 나타나지가 않으니까 잘 모르죠. 어떤 특수 현미경으로나 봐야 알지.
The Bangjja brassware which react to harmful elements can be said to be a living bowl. In times of excessive environmental pollution, they are like life-preserving medicine. This is the reason why people now seek out the brassware instead of the more simpler bowls. A shop that sells Bangjja brassware in Seoul. It is not only the people who are nostalgic who are interested in the Bangjja brassware, but also among the young people who are concerned with their health.
식중독 균에도 좋고 아이들 건강이랑 가족들 생각해서 유기그릇을 써볼까 하고 왔는데 막상 보니까 시대에 뒤지지 않게 그릇 디자인도 굉장히 예쁘고요.
These days, the designs of the brassware that are made from the craftsmen are also varied. The Bangjja brassware seem to be alive because they change their complexion over time and also change in color according to the materials they are served with. We cannot see any other bowls other than that of the brassware in the kitchen of Punjab brassware mania, Mrs. Lee. Mrs. Lee says even the atmosphere of the table has changed because of the brassware. Punjab bowls are more than just tools to test materials to feed the children. We could also see another use of the Punjab brassware in this household. The 9-year-old daughter started to get pimples on her face and decided to see whether using the water that is stored in the bowl would have any difference.
그 루테아에 물을 담아서 쓰면 좋다는 얘기를 들어서 며칠 지금 사용하고 있거든요. 근데 많이 좋아지고 있고 그래서 계속 사용해 보려고요.
Unfortunately, the world today is full of various toxins. We cannot choose anything without considering our health, and this includes the bowls that serve our food, countless poundings, and the mixing of materials. It can be said that the Punjab brassware bowls are life-approving. The effectiveness of the brassware bowls that were passed down for 1,000 years should become an essential part of modern-day man.
Today's program is Sun Moods and Dance therapy program for the symptom of the tremor of hands. This exercise helps to develop a control of their balance of their hands and postures. Normally, the patients can lose their balance when they are conscious about it. Exercise is to shaking your hand like this, constantly shaking and going up and going down.
All the nerves of the body are connected to the hands, and by stimulating them, early stages of tremors can be treated. Stretch both arms over the head while clasping the hands, then swerve the body from side to side. This movement stimulates the spine, the sympathetic nerves, the nerves on the hands, and of the brain. Spin the wrists while clasping the hands in front of the chest. Now, move the body from side to side. Now put the hands to the back and move the body from side to side. Continue this motion and it will increase flexibility of the arms, spine, head, and the pelvis. This exercise will also stimulate the other parts of the body and will relieve tremors of the hands. Stimulation not only to the upper body, but also to the legs relieves tremors to the hands. Let's try to repeat the same motion while sitting on a chair with one leg on top of the other. If you have tremors to your right hand, then turn the body to the left. Then the right part of the hand will be stimulated. If you have tremors to the left part of the hand, all you have to do is change sides and repeat the motion. Now let's repeat the movements to the hands by changing the legs to the other side. While slowly turning the wrists, move the arms to the front of the chest. Twist once and then shake the upper body. If you repeat this motion, you will feel your back strain and slight pain to the shoulders. Turn your head slowly around and you will feel the neck strain and a sense of relief to the hands. This exercise also stimulates the hands.